Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be giving you a introduction on Quizlet and all the different features it has. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. So the first thing you're going to have to do is create a free account. And once you do that, it will take you to the home page and you're going to want to hit create. And this is going to be how you create your first study set. So first thing you're going to want to do is title your set. I suggest being as descriptive as possible. You can add a fun little description if you like. Something to keep in mind is who you want your set to be visible to. You can have it public, only certain classes, people with a password, or just you. I have it as certain classes and my SI family. I can have it edited by just me, people with a password, and again, a certain class. That's up to you. I have it as SI family again. Now I'll show you how to create a class a little later, but that is something to keep in mind. So once I change these, then anyone part of the SI family class can view and edit this set. So this is where you're going to create a card. This is going to be the front of the card. This is going to be the back. So you can add a term or a question and then the answer or definition. You can even add an image. You can add as many as you like. I have 20, but if you want to add more, you just hit the add card. There's not really a limit to this, which is really nice. And then once you're done with that, you hit done. And then this is what it will look like. And these are all the different study features and tools that Quizlet provides. So this is what the layout looks like. These are going to be all your terms. So once you start using the study tools it provides, it tells you which ones you miss a lot, which ones you don't miss, which ones you never miss, which ones you haven't looked at yet. So very good to keep in mind. So it tells you which ones that you have gotten right and wrong. And the star feature is also another one that I like to use. So if you have trouble with one of them, then you might want to star it and just study those. You don't have to study all of them, just the ones that you might be struggling with. All right, now let's look at flashcards. So this is what it will look like. You just have to tap it to flip it over and it will tell you the answer. You can even have it read it out loud. If you want, you can just have it played through and it'll just keep going until the end of your cards, which is also really nice if you're in the car and you have the Quizlet app on your phone. You can just play it on the radio and it will say all of your flashcards. Another great study tool. Some options that it gives you, whether or not you just want to study the starred, you want to be answering with terms and definitions, or just one or the other. So next, we're going to look at learn. Now, learn, this option, it shows your progress on how well you're learning these terms and definitions or questions. It takes the guesswork out of studying by creating a study plan and then showing you the way to one and what to practice. So it gives you the option whether or not you want to just study the starred ones, which is the ones you might be having trouble with, whether or not you want to answer with just the term, definition, or both. The different types of questions like flashcards, it will ask you, just show you a flashcard and ask whether or not you know it. Written questions, it will show you a question and you have to write out the answer. Multiple choice, it could give you a term and you have to write out the definition, or gives you options for the different definitions that goes with that term. And it keeps track of your progress. So keep answering these questions correctly and then you'll get to master. All right, so the next one we're going to talk about is writing. So this one you just have to write out the actual answer, or if you give the definition, you just have to write out the term. What is Kylo Ren's real name? Ben Solo. And it tells you if you're correct or not. So if you don't know the answer, it just makes you write it out once it finally tells you. And it also keeps track of your progress. So the ones that you got incorrect and the ones you got correct, and how many you still have to go through. And then the next one we have is spell. So this one you're just going to be typing out what you hear, literally what it says. Sebastian. So then you would just type out Sebastian, and it again tells you the progress, how much you made. So both writing and spelling are very useful to help keep a firm grasp in your memory of the things that you're writing out, such as like the terms. If you want that, the more repetition you have, the better you remember it. It's a good study tool. And my favorite is the test. So when you go into the test, this is what it will look like. And you have the option of making the different types of questions you might see on a test. If you know that your test questions are only going to be written out, if you're going to see a lot of matching, multiple choice, true or false, you have the option of changing how many questions you see. You can only do all of your different study sets, or you could just do the ones that were starred. So, and then once you finish changing it, you just create a new test. And this is what it looks like. So the first one are 3 written questions. You have to write out the definitions. And this one is just writing out the term. This one's just matching questions. A, B, C, not sure. And then 2 multiple choice questions. And then we have true or false. Then you get to check your answers. And then once you're done with that, it will tell you whether or not you got it right and what the answer really is. So then the last few ones that I want to look at are, it says play, and it has these other activities that are a lot of fun and helpful for the students to study with. So the first one is match. It's similar to our memory activity. So what you're going to do is drag the corresponding items to make them disappear. So you could be matching a definition to a term, and in my case, it's going to be a question to the answer. So Mulan here. Hakuna Matata means no worries. No worry. All right, and it times you, and then when your students, if they get an account and they actually try to play along with this, then it'll show who has the fastest time and so on and so forth. And then the last one we're going to look at for the study tools is going to be the Meteor game. Once my computer starts to work with me. All right, called Gravity. This one I'm demonstrating in the activity fair on Zoom, but just to show you guys how it's created. So what they're going to do is type out the answers as fast as they can before the meteor hits the planet. So you can have it as easy, medium, hard, only do the ones that you're struggling with, answer with just a term or a definition, or if you want to keep it fun, have it random. So as they come down, I have it on easy, so it comes down really slow. The answer is Sebastian. So if all of a sudden they didn't get the answer correct and it actually hits the earth, all it's going to do is is asked for them to type out the correct answer. All right, Sebastian. And then you can continue on. All right. So I wanted to show you guys how to create a class. So just go to your main homepage. This is the study set. And you're going to want to go down to classes. Now join or create a class. So we're going to create a new class. You're going to type in whatever name you like. It could be SI, write a description. You can choose whether or not you want to allow other members to add and delete new sets to this class. And you can add a school if you like. I would, just so your students know that this is yours. So once you create a class, you have the option to add different sets to this class. You could do how much does my coworkers know about Disney? It could be statistics, terms I should know for child development, and then you add, and then you just hit exit. Then these will be now on your class. So for your students, you just send them this link, and once they sign up, they can join your class with this link, and they're able to see all the sets that you made. So if you continue to use Quizlet and you make a new set, they can still use the same link and see all the different sets that you make. All right, and then the last thing I want to point out is that I'm on the laptop, so they have another version on the phone with it, which is through the app. And the app's really cool because it sets out reminders. So you could pick when your test is, and it will send out reminders to keep studying for your test. And if you guys have any more questions, you can just ask me. And that's all for today. All right. Thank you.